This happened to me this morning. A friend reached out and just kind of asked how I was doing, and I was like, I still feel like participating in a murderous rampage on a daily basis, but I haven't killed anyone yet, so that's nice. And everyone is healthy in the household, so that's nice too. And I said, "How are you and your family?" And he went on to explain it, and then he was like, and I'm ashamed to repeat this, he was like, I'd love to hear from you on days when it's not just me wanting a big hug. Because I responded to him and I'm like, hey man, don't worry, like we all have bad days and stuff like that. And I said to myself, I go, you know what, that's bad on my part. And it just made me think that, like, I'm bad in the sense that I reach out to people if I have something to talk about them. Like if I have something to talk about, I will reach out. If I don't have anything to talk about, I don't reach out in general. And that there's like a lot of layers to it. For me, I feel like if I'm just calling somebody like, hey man, what's up, how are you, I feel like I'm impeding on their day, and I feel like I'm being a nuisance. And this goes back to just years of being the youngest child. I was always a nuisance, right? That was the standard, right? And that's the one thing, is like even talking, like calling my mom on a regular basis, calling friends on a regular basis, and we'll chat and I'll send memes and stuff, but it's not the same as going, hey, how are you doing? And I realized that that's I didn't feel bad about it necessarily. It's more so that I had to acknowledge that, especially during this time where I've been preaching for people to stay in contact with their loved ones and do that, I have work on myself to do in that matter. Is that because we want to talk with people, and especially we get back into that whole work mode of things where it's like when you finally have an activity, you don't want to stop mid-activity, because it kind of gives you that memory of working full-time and being busy and that excitement of everything, because we've been denied that for so many months, right? And so even still, people will call and reach out, and we'll stand there and go, oh, well, I'm busy right now, right? Because we have that high of, I'm doing something, I'm so active, right? And it's rewarding. It is a rewarding feeling of having activity, and it's one of the reasons why we started doing this, where it's like, you know what, I think we can do this on a daily basis, let's fucking do it, right? But I think it's something that, I know it sounds crazy or too controlled, maybe too invasive, but I would encourage people to maybe set a reminder on your phone, is like to reach out like twice a week, like say Mondays and Thursdays, to have an alarm in your phone to reach out to people you haven't talked to in a week. That's it. Just reach out to them. Just send them a message. You know what? Send them a message on WhatsApp or a text message, or, because I know I don't like talking on the phone at all, like period. It's hard enough talking with this one on a daily basis for more than an hour. It drives me crazy.
He misses me.
But
anyways, keep your line.
But that's the whole thing, is that, saying, hey, I should reach out, like, and you know what, listen, I'm not saying we should be calling each other every day and be like, hey, what's up? Like, it's a lot, because I have a friend who does that, and I'm like, what do you want? Fuck off, leave me alone. But that matters to me, and I care about it, and when I don't talk to that person for a couple days, I feel weird. So something to consider, guys, is that, having those kind of reminders in your phone. I'm going to put 2 in my phone, just because I think that leaving things longer than just 1 week, it's a little bit much, but saying like once every other week or something, where you try and just reach out to the important people in your life, just be like, hey, it's the idea of an everything's okay alarm. And in these circumstances, what we're going through and everything, I think that really is something that can matter a lot more than we realize that it matters. But that's really all I gotta say. Crystal, where can everybody find you?
Okay, I'm gonna make us go over for a minute. I'm terrible at reaching out to people, and I'm just learning how to do that, because I've never had, and I think that's because I've never had anybody in my life long enough that like that was our relationship type of thing, that like they like check up on me and I check up on, I'm not good at it, and I'm not good at, it's like, and I always want something to precede them with, so that way they're proud of me, because I'm always afraid that people are disappointed in me, or people are, or that they only want to hear from me if something good's happening, because I never hear from them until I'm doing something good. So I figure if I do something good, then they'll want to, and I just want people to be proud almost, like, you know, so I unless I have something good going on, then I don't want to, until I get there, you know, until I get there, and then I feel confident enough to approach people or to message people with something. And there are people I regret not, I've got to get good at
I'm not
being
sure what's happening right now, guys.
with
Sorry.
people, having relationships with other human beings, like actual, like friendships,
we're back in. There we go.
love, all that. But anyways, I'm Crystal Moranci, Simply Me on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, Crystal Moranci, and Dino. Bum, ba, da, bum.
Hey guys, Dino the Genetic Marvel here. I am available on YouTube, on Instagram. I have a Facebook fan page. I have a Twitter account that I don't really use, but you can do that too. But Morning Motivation Rant on YouTube. We have notifications on Instagram. As well, we have a Facebook fan page, so please feel free. As well, we do audio podcasts on Anchor, Breaker, Google Podcasts, Overcast, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, and Spotify. Please like, share, subscribe. We'd love to hear from you.
Yes.
In the meantime, guys, stay motivated. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
Whoops.